In the words of American neuroscientist Andrew Huberman, understanding the importance of habits is key to shaping who you are. Your daily actions, driven largely by habitual behavior, define much of your life. It's estimated that as much as 70% of what you do while awake is rooted in these habits. Even though people vary greatly, just because you find it challenging to establish one habit doesn't mean you can't successfully build others. What Dr. Huberman wants you to grasp is how the brain, through neuroplasticity, learns and adapts to support the formation, maintenance, and, if necessary, the breaking of habits. 1. Procedural visualization. Dr. Huberman introduces you to a powerful tool backed by psychological research. Each time you repeat a habit, subtle changes take place in the brain's cognitive and neural systems, specifically in what's known as procedural memory. But what exactly is procedural memory? In neuroscience, memory is categorized into episodic memory, which is the recall of specific events, and procedural memory, which involves remembering the exact steps needed to achieve a desired result. Think of procedural memory like following a recipe, sticking to a set of workout routines, or planning out a course for running or swimming. For anyone looking to adopt new habits, embedding yourself in this procedural mindset is essential to overcoming what's often termed limbic friction. How do you achieve this? A simple visualization exercise can be incredibly effective, and it doesn't require you to close your eyes. Instead, it can be as straightforward as mentally walking through the steps of a new habit you want to form. For instance, if you aim to establish the habit of making a cup of espresso each morning, picture yourself moving through each action, walking into the kitchen, turning on the espresso machine, and brewing the espresso. This brief mental exercise, even if performed just once, can dramatically increase the chances that you'll continue performing the habit, not only the first time, but consistently over the days and weeks to come. 2. Task bracketing. Have you ever wondered why some habits stick while others fade away? It's not just about willpower or motivation. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman sheds light on a fascinating concept called task bracketing that plays a crucial role in habit formation. Think of your brain as a neural network, a complex web of interconnected neurons. Task bracketing involves specific circuits within this network that frame the events surrounding a habit. These circuits determine whether a habit becomes automatic or context-dependent, whether it's resilient to stress and distractions. Imagine your brain as a conductor orchestrating a symphony. Task bracketing is like the conductor setting the tempo and rhythm for a particular piece. When the conductor's instructions are clear and consistent, the musicians play in harmony. Similarly, when task bracketing is well established for a habit, your brain performs it effortlessly, almost reflexively. How does task bracketing work? Habitual framing. Your brain creates a mental framework around a habit, defining when and where it should occur. For example, brushing your teeth after breakfast becomes a habitual sequence. Neural imprinting. This framework is imprinted onto your neural circuits, making the habit automatic. Over time, the brain becomes so accustomed to the sequence that it almost anticipates the next step. Why is task bracketing so powerful? Resilience. Well-established task bracketing makes habits less susceptible to disruptions. Even when you're tired, stressed, or distracted, you're more likely to follow through. Habitual actions become second nature, freeing up mental resources for other tasks. Task bracketing helps you maintain a regular routine, which is essential for habit formation. How can you leverage task bracketing to build new habits? Create a clear framework. Define the time, place, and context for your new habit. For example, commit to meditating for 10 minutes every morning after showering. Be consistent, stick to your routine as much as possible. Even small deviations can disrupt the neural pathways associated with the habit. Pair your new habit with pleasurable experiences to reinforce the positive associations. By understanding the power of task bracketing, you can take a more strategic approach to habit formation. Remember, it's not just about willpower, it's about harnessing the neural mechanisms that drive our behaviors. 3. Positive anticipation. When you're thinking about adopting a new habit or breaking an old one, Dr. Andrew Huberman suggests that it's crucial to focus not only on the steps involved but also on the events that come before and after the habit, along with the effort required to carry it out. By doing this, you're effectively shining a spotlight on a specific period or series of events, allowing your brain to associate these with a dopamine response. In practice, what does this mean? Let's consider a simple example that Dr. Huberman might use. Imagine you, or someone you know, struggles to complete 30 to 60 minutes of Zone 2 cardiovascular exercise in the middle of the morning. To make this habit stick, you should start by positively anticipating both the beginning and the end of that exercise session. This involves mentally preparing yourself to embrace the effort, picturing yourself heading out and completing that cardio workout. It's also important to consider how you'll feel afterward, not just focusing on the satisfaction and well-being that comes with finishing the workout, but also acknowledging the challenge you might face at the start. By rewarding yourself mentally for the entire experience, from the initial effort to the post-exercise feeling, you can make the habit more likely to stick.